I really don't think there's a pill for
There
that.
ain't enough pills in the world for that shit.
Alright guys, welcome back to another Kilos and Ounces. We don't have a name yet. Conversation Pieces podcast thingy. Couple of new beers here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about. Found them at Whole Foods last night. What do you think about the cans?
Those cans are awesome.
It's got to be the best
Yeah.
2 cans I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah.
This guy right here, we'll get into it when we crack it. But speaking of cracking it, which one do you want to open first? I think that's what the people really want to know.
That's what they want to see. Well, we got.
I honestly.
We
Do
got
you
a
drink a
green
stout
one.
first or you drink a sour first? I don't know. I'm excited because I haven't had a stout since September.
So
I have no idea. Well, maybe even before that. But I haven't had a sour. I've had nothing but an IPA here on these little challenges.
Since these glasses are here, let's dive into the green.
To the greens?
Yeah. Let's dive into the green.
All right. Green Dream. So these guys, I guess we can go over what we have on the table
might
here.
as well.
Made in Texas by Texans, which is me. My parents are both from Texas, and I was made in Texas. So much like this can in its looks, me. But we got. Well, I'll let you go over the can, then I'll find through the information here of what we got.
So the can got the little, what that is, the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever it is.
Yep. One of the best horror movies of all time.
Brewed and canned by Martin House Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Shout out, guys. Green Dream.
Yep.
So, other than that, I mean, it's 6% and it's a green apple candy soured with lactose. So,
And it pours green. You want to pour yourself some?
so let's try it.
Yeah, as of right now, their tap room is not open for beer. They're open every day from 12 to 7. Come in, pick up beer, leave. They're still brewing beer, but COVID's got them kind of shut down right now, I guess.
Got 'em, huh?
Yeah. I guess while you're pouring that, our beer releases follow 3 paths: year-round, seasonal / special release, and tap room only beers. So
So they got a little bit for everybody.
yeah, and what these guys are known for is their pickle beer.
Okay.
Otis and I have had it. I'm not one of those pickle dudes that's like, oh shit, I gotta have something pickly. I've seen some people that are like pretty obsessed with pickle juice and shit.
Yeah, pregnant women.
That and just I've had friends that literally really like pickle juice. But I mean, they got a sour pickle beer, and I mean, it's good. I had it one time when I was hungover on a Saturday, and it was like a perfect, like your kind of Bloody Mary thing. It was great with some salted chips. It's good stuff.
Yeah, talking about the pickles and being hungover, you know the pickle shots always work.
Yeah.
Little pickle juice with a shot of Tito's.
Has to be with Tito's.
Yes.
Don't be putting
Can't
that
be with
McCormick's
No.
under the bar shit in it.
So it is a green beer.
That smells good.
Smells like apple cider, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Let's hope it don't disappoint.
Oh no, it doesn't disappoint. That's actually good. I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's an apple cider.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
It's got a really good back end. Like you just ate an apple and you get that like texture in the back end of
Yeah.
it. It does all that to the brain.
That's probably like lactose just.
Whatever it is, props to those guys for figuring it out, because I know my dumb ass couldn't figure that out. Just some apple juice and vodka for that type of flavor in this household. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, let's go through some topics that I wrote down this week.
Okay.
So, you want to start, I ask you this every week, you want to start working out, drinking, or random?
Let's go random. We ain't did random in a
Well,
while.
right off the top here, we
Okay.
got, would you rather have, so you and I are going against each other. We're going to go back to, let's say, 1990s, late 80s, 90s wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling. WCW, what was it, WWF at the time?
Yep.
Would you rather, you and I are going against each other, you can have one. Would you rather have Macho Man Randy Savage on your tag team or Hulk Hogan as your tag team partner?
As my tag team partner, just for craziness alone, the Macho Man
All right,
is the
good.
one I'm picking.
Macho Man, top 5 wrestler of all time, top 3 in my book.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I want Hulk Hogan on my team. There was something about that dude. He did the best. Exactly. I've never seen anybody get a crowd so like, and just, you can tell he's not even being hurt, but at the same time, you're like, you gotta get out of there. Save yourself. He did, it was incredible.
Yeah.
But he had the best heel turn and everything. I remember back then we went to Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan and the NWO.
Fuck your vitamins and prayers, Hollywood Hulk. Man, that dude killed it.
Yeah.
He was the best. In my opinion, he's the best of all time.
I mean,
but
that's why he's
I think
still
it varies
around.
on top. But
Yeah. Nah, he's not a 17
yes, but
time champion.
and he's
like
even
the
said
Nature
that he
Boy.
is the best wrestler of all time. In Hogan's opinion, I read
Oh,
one time.
Hogan
yeah,
said
he
that
said that
the
that's
Nature Boy.
Yeah. But in my opinion, I liked Hogan. He
Yeah.
did the movies and everything. And man, the hair, the whole. I'm trying to convince my buddy at work. Well, he's already balding in that direction. He just has a patch here and then he's got the hair up. I'm like, dude, before you die, you gotta do the Hogan. Like, just start growing it out. And if we gotta I'm willing to pitch in for some fucking extensions to get it down longer so it doesn't take time, and then we can just buzz it off.
Good Lord.
You ever known a man that had the Hogan hair?
No.
Oh, just could you imagine seeing that blowing down the road? Oh, if I had that hair, I would
Riding
drive a
motorcycle?
motorcycle all the time with no helmet. Got my own helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Hogan hair, dude. All right. So now that you've got that figured out, and that went really quick,
Fucking Nature
Ooh.
Boy.
here's a workout one.
Okay.
This doesn't even actually involve lifting or moving shit. But what's your favorite protein flavor? Do you have one? I guess this could go really deep here in the fact that
It depends on the manufacturers, of course, and everything. But
yeah,
my always go-to is, but it's also the same for ice cream, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
That's my always go-to.
Muscle milk. So back when I was 150 pounds soaking wet, not far from it still. The cookies and cream one was Muscle Milk's one, and that's back when people bitch about flavor and protein these days. I'm like, you just must have started weightlifting, because the Wild West of protein back in the day sucked. It was horrible. I don't care what they did with it. It wasn't that great. But the cookies and cream one was a step in the right direction.
Right.
I was like, how much shit is in this jug right now that is not the protein I'm looking for to get the flavor that you're trying to give me right now? It couldn't have been healthy.
So, obviously, if you're talking about muscle milk, was probably whenever you started drinking it.
Yeah.
Man, go back before that when Twin Labs was popular. That's whenever GNC just started making their own shit. Them flavors were horrible. You had vanilla, you had chocolate, and you had strawberry. And all of them taste like garbage.
You didn't Neapolitan it?
No,
Like one
no.
scoop of each?
Strawberry is probably the worst protein
Really?
flavor they ever made.
Vanilla's to me, vanilla, if you're looking to
It's the
have
safest.
a multi-use out of anything, vanilla's good. If you throw some actual blended up strawberries, blueberries,
Banana,
you can anything. Throw
peanut
some
butter, anything.
ice cream in it,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
As far as what I'm taking right now, BPN, I like that. They've got cinnamon roll, which I put in my coffee every morning. I get a shaker, shake it up, and keep shaking. You gotta add a little water to break the protein up first, and then let it sit, and then add the coffee. Otherwise, if you just pour that coffee straight in there, it just wants to chunk up. Yeah. But that's a quick 25 grams plus a I don't know the exact data on it, but that's a quick little protein when you gotta put in 225 grams of protein a day. But then they do a nutty butter that's really good. Man, protein they got any type of flavor now. It's all good.
You just gotta find one that your body agrees with.
That, and it's a clean one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can still buy the
That
shitty
garbage,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that probably give you gas and shit the bed at night, or while you're lifting, even worse. But so we got the protein figured out. We got our favorite wrestler figured out. I need to get me a bigger notepad here. Well, since we're drinking beer right now, we haven't talked about drinking. You're stuck on an island. You got food and everything, so we're not talking starvation here. But you get one choice of beer. What are you taking? I know that's a hard one because that's a very vast amount of beer. We're looking like a desert of every grain.
Now, are we talking about what style or just which?
We can limit it down to what style. That's easy for me, IPA. Yeah. Just go right out of the gate, easy.
So if it's that easy, why don't you go with which manufacturer of IPAs? Because everybody does multiple IPAs.
So we've got Stone. We've got a special. You brought the Stone 12 pack in the variety pack. They don't make a bad IPA. So Stone. I honestly, let's just say that. I've got a list of shit too. I got a list of Ballast Point. You know, they got that Sculpton that I really like. I could go down a rabbit hole, but let's just keep it easy. Stone.
Stone.
If I'm allowed to have one brewery and everything they've got with that brewery, with let's just say IPA, because they make just straight West Coast, I think for the most part. They got a few, you know, odds and ends. Stone. Shit. Easy. That gives me 18 beers probably that I could go through. So yeah, we're gonna go that. It's all up to you now.
What was the dark horse for the challenge?
Oh, the Dream Crusher.
Dream Crusher.
No.
Huh?
You're not picking that.
Yeah.
That's not what you want on an island for the rest of your life. That Dream Crusher?
I like the Dream Crusher.
Well, then what? All right. I mean, it's good, but I don't know about that. Then you got to drink all their Deep Ellum. That's it. So you got all their beer to drink. Deep Ellum.
Oh, I don't know. That's a little vomit. The little Martian vomiting on that can. That's that Deep Ellum bullshit.
No, the Deep Ellum was the one. It was the Dream Crusher. They had the
I know, but don't they have one that they got a little green Martian or something throwing up on one of their cans?
I don't know. That sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I think. Well, then in that case, then that might be a good choice.
It could be.
I think you fucked that one real. Your ass gonna be starving on that island.
I got all the food I want.
I've been drinking this shit for fucking 10 years. That was horrible. All right. Before we get into some serious ones, because I got a few serious ones on here that we're gonna really tap into. So we got stuck on the island this week. Everything built up. Even Travis tagged me in it today. It was Steve Irwin's 59th birthday on Monday. I love that dude. I had to put him in the show. He's the greatest man to ever live. I don't care what anybody tells me. He didn't invent the light bulb, but he made me, I don't know, he made me look at life a little bit differently. I love that dude. I wish he hadn't passed away.
Because they are, I've seen, I don't know if it's the Animal Planet or Discovery or whatever, they've been pushing, his family kept on with all that stuff, and they've been pushing that show lately.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of their stuff, and I should. But man, he made alligators look cool, snakes look cool. You know? Yeah, and that whole entire thing. I mean, the dude literally would jump out of a moving boat while his wife's like, you know, or he's driving, it dives out, and she's up front like, whoa, and has to run back and grab the engine. He just dive in on a crocodile in the middle of the water, disappear for like 20 seconds, and it was like, oh, the fact that I was like not worried about his safety told you just how good and crazy that dude was.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah, it was mind blowing. But that was the only celebrity ever that I was actually bummed about passing away. There's been some where you're like, damn, that sucks. Like, that's, you know, I wish I would have heard like Chester from Linkin Park. Would have been nice to have another, you know, song by him. But it didn't affect me none.
Yeah.
That one was the first one where I was like, damn, like, we lost one.
Because there's a big difference from dying and taking your own life.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a big difference between that now.
But even in the end, I think what Steve Irwin was doing, I felt like he was bettering the planet. Not just with conservation or, you know, save the trees or the animals, But just his attitude and outlook when you would hear him, it was like, okay, like we could keep
You
going
can
here.
tell he was excited
Yeah.
for what he did and enjoyed his life.
It's nice seeing somebody passionate about something, whatever it is. I like that. I'm like, if I see you excited, happy, and successful in whatever that little path is, that makes me happy.
You might well
I like
be
to
happy
see.
for him.
Yeah, I like seeing that. But then he just, I don't know, the way he was, I was like, this dude's badass. I was bummed to see him go. But happy birthday, 59. You think he'd still be diving out of that truck right now?
Oh yeah.
At 59 or out of the boat. Good God. Speaking of truck, that's what. Well, I guess we could. You want to do the sponsor?
Oh, today's sponsor?
Yeah, we could do today's sponsor.
Since you brought it up,
Lo and behold,
today's sponsor is brought to you by Pringles. Today we have the Screaming Dill Pickle. Have you tried this one?
I haven't.
Me
I
neither.
kind of waiting for a scream to come out of the top of that thing.
Extraordinary flavor.
The funny thing is that when we were just talking about how you and I, or I'm not some massive pickle fan or something like that, and this brew we're actually eating has a very popular pickle beer, and then we ended up with these this week. That's a fucking pickle. Look, I like what they're doing. I don't know if I can eat a whole can of those though.
Come on, man. They Pringles, they our sponsor. We gotta.
They're not.
Now look.
They're not gross. I just don't know if I like pickles that much.
So if you do like dill pickle flavor,
fuck
dill
yeah.
pickle flavor,
Mm-hmm.
once again they did a good job. That is a dill pickle.
If I could explain
That's
it,
a dill pickle.
it's not a full-blown dill pickle flavor throughout. The end, you get the original, like their original flavor. I don't even know what original
Yeah.
flavor is. Original, whatever chip you want to name.
Yeah.
I guess just potato with some grease on it. It starts to transfer in that, like they just kind of threw some
Yeah,
pickle
the-
juice on each of them.
The flavoring is a dill pickle as soon as you put it in your mouth, but once you chew 2-3 times,
Yeah.
the dill goes away and now you have a potato chip.
The more I eat, the more they're not bad. I just was that took me.
I need my palate cleanser.
Oh,
So today's palate cleanser is brought to you by Four Loko.
I got bad memories. Save me, Jesus. Save me, Tom Cruise. Jesus Christ. As good as you remember.
Tastes just as good as last week.
At least you picked the good flavor and not that gold flavor, which you were telling me Dave Howe said something
Yeah, Dave
about
Howe mentioned that in the comments that the gold is the #1 seller for Four Loko, but
that. They're promoting that shit to alcoholics
yeah, 'cause-
and children.
yeah. So you had a theory behind it, so
Jesus. Yeah, because nobody should be drinking that one. They should just launch that one off into the ocean and forget about the flavor. Alright, so I guess we can crack the other one.
yeah.
We got special glasses for that. Our good buddy Otis is here yet again.
Otis want some dill pickle chips?
You want to try the dill pickle chip? This, if you're into apples,
Yes.
that's excellent. These guys got that, they honed that in real quick.
With
Alright,
that color,
you want to, that's a color that lets everybody know you're drinking something different.
that you drinking a green beer.
Yeah, that's a St. Patty's Day.
That's
We'll
right.
get into that later.
Okay.
All
But
right.
that does remind me whenever they ask you for St. Patty's Day, hey, you want a regular beer? You want one of the green beers?
Yeah, imagine getting drunk with a lot of those though on
Ooh,
St.
Lord.
Patty's Day. Woo! All right, well, I got no more news on that, so we'll just go over the can. And it's got the percentage on the side.
Good Lord, this can.
Pretty excited to drink a stout.
This can is phenomenal.
Is it safe to say that this is the best can in our very limited episode count? This is the best can that we've ever encountered.
By far.
Yes.
By far.
Where do you start with that? How are you gonna bring this up, or how are you gonna show this picture on my head right now?
I believe the picture that we're going to show will be so big it's probably going to cover both of us.
Okay. Cause
I just love the picture on a sun visor.
yeah. So Ejecto Seato is a Imperial Stout with peanut butter, graham cracker, and vanilla.
Oh, I can't.
And it is 10%. This is our first stout on the show.
Yes.
That was our first sour, but this is our first stout. And it's my first stout in a very, very long time. So I am very excited about this.
So I'll talk about the can starting from the back of the car. Y'all got to realize that everybody.
There is a lot. It's like looking at a painting the size of a wall. There's so much going on.
So they driving in the convertible, look like in a desert. So there's a lizard and a dog in the back seat, and in the front seat is
May have some spillage there.
just a gangster-looking gorilla with a big old pot belly and a koala bear chewing on some, what that is, bamboo or whatever.
Oh, I forgot to look that up.
Ukulele or something.
You can put that in the comments if somebody wants to look that up.
And on the sun visor is a picture of the koala bear and the dog. So they got a lot going on with this can. Good looking can.
Badass.
Good looking can.
Hopefully, if the beer matches that can, this will be the best beer that we've tasted on this show.
With that flavor profile
By
you
far.
just gave, let's see how this pours.
Oh my god, it smells good.
Whew.
Golly, that smells good. What you think, Otis?
Whew.
Smells real good.
Goddamn.
Cheers. I'm pretty excited about this one.
I kind of missed Stouts too. Just like you, I hadn't had one in well over a year.
I'm not gonna say anything.
So you're gonna tell them that you're not a big Stout person? You're not.
We can go over after you taste
Okay.
this. I'm not gonna say anything. I even took a sip of water to make sure that I wasn't getting any of the residue of the other stuff.
That is very easy to drink.
That is fucking really good. That is insane. I didn't want to lead you in a direction.
That graham cracker.
That is good.
You can taste that graham cracker.
Oh yeah. So, if you're in Sugar Land and there's a Whole Foods by you, there's only one. Go in there and pick this shit up if you're a fan of stouts. That is really good. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of stouts. But as somebody that has 7 plates at the saucer, they don't make enough IPAs to fill up 200 quick enough. Especially when I'm going there with Otis 5-6 days a week back in the past. So I had to start getting into stouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I will drink them. I enjoy them, especially ones like this. But I get some where you're like, I remember that vanilla one or whatever we had that one time. It was like the worst thing I've ever had in my life, other than second place to that. But yeah, it was. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a vanilla one, and I was like, "Fuck, this is horrible." But other than that, I'm not against stouts. They make some good ones. This is good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to drink because I'm not a stout fan. I'm an IPA fan. I wouldn't want to drink a 6-pack of those.
Oh
or
no!
3, or even 3 of them or 2 of them.
Stouts is one and done.
Some people can plow through 3. Oats here, that man's just full blown stout drinker.
My belly would be so full.
Well, it has nothing to do with belly, health, whatever it does to me. It's just too much going on to where I feel like I got to start thinking about it. And next thing I know, I'm like, what the fuck is it made out of? Like, this is too much. I'm just trying to drink something simple and have a good conversation. Sometimes these get a little wild. This is insane good.
Yeah.
It's smooth as hell. It does taste like what it reads like, and it's 10%.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell you what I will not be pounding for the video.
that. Well, we got 2 more, so I think you should.
No.
And hashtag YOLO, and I'm gonna hashtag that brewery. We're gonna have a good time. And I'll even bring a trash can in for you when you either shit in it or you throw up in it.
It's probably gonna be both.
Nothing wrong with it. I'll bring 2. All right, so my favorite question of the day. Much like the Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage one,
God damn, that's good.
you and I are going against each other. We're in some apocalyptic thing.
Oh, you did. You did.
Now, I don't think I am, but you've got 2 people to pick as your partner. And I'm going to put this, I think, on our Instagram. I've been thinking about this seriously for a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this question has literally been on my mind with who's better, Name a better duo than these two. Let me make sure I'm saying it right, because sometimes I missay her name. Sarah Connor, or would you rather have Ripley? I always want to say Ridley, but Ripley from Aliens.
Sarah Connor.
I get that. I get it. She's used to fighting, but Ripley from Aliens. 4 episodes, she even died, came back, kicked ass. She figured it out. Those things are harder to kill, in my opinion, as a human, than I think that Terminator would have been. Because I think that alien could kill that Terminator. All it's got to do is put that blood on it, and that Terminator's just nothing.
But that Terminator's gonna kill it before it even gets close enough to do that blood.
I don't know if I think that. But, so I think that's good. I'll take Ripley, and you take Sarah Connor.
No doubt.
And when the apocalypse comes, we'll see who comes out on top.
Good though.
Because Ripley knows how to fly spaceships.
What kind of apocalypse are we talking about? I mean, is it fucking the zombie apocalypse?
I mean, if both aliens and predators were on the planet.
Oh, we throwing predators in there too?
Or not predators, aliens and Terminators.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't go.
Yeah, you throw a predator in there, we all fucked.
Yeah. No, Ripley was such a badass. I think she was the first woman to actually be in an action. I think she paved the way for Sarah Connor. Mm-hmm. She paved the way.
Now,
it's a killing machine.
I'm gonna say something because my wife is a huge nerd and loves sci-fi.
Yeah.
I've never, ever watched any of them fucking alien movies.
Oh,
I know who the character is.
That's why you picked Sarah Connor.
Yeah, I never watched none of them.
HBO right now. Dude. HBO Plus. So if you have HBO Max Plus, whatever the hell it is, I don't know what they've changed to. They have all of them, or at least the first 3 or 4. When they popped on, I immediately watched it one night in a row. Boom, 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 all 3. And then the 4th one, I'm like, it's alright. It's weird. You could tell it was like, let's just make another one.
Somebody needs the cash. Yeah, some cash.
Yeah. You got $20? Yeah. But yeah, like Oda said, the first 3, yeah, they paved the way for a lot of horror and a lot of really good movies. And like I said, I think she is the first woman to hold a screen in an action horror type film. Definitely horror. I mean, I think she was like, you're talking, you're in Die Hard here. So John McClane mode, that's her character. She is a badass. She was kind of like just showed up and then just, when shit hit the fan, she pulled the shit out of the fan. I don't know what you would say, but yeah.
Because I want to say, I mean, everybody's seen the scene where it's in the face and she turns.
Yeah, you've got to watch it. At least watch the first one. The first one.
I saw the scene at the end where she's climbing in the space suit. And I believe that's the only scene I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's 2, if I remember right, but I could be wrong. I watched them all so in right in a row that I don't have them exactly memorized. But dude, to me the alien is one of the worst things that you could ever come against. Like in any movie ever, the alien, when you see how it's made and what it's for and everything, because they came out with Prometheus and everything like that, it's a world ender. That thing they built that to be like the atom bomb of atom bombs. This alien, the beginner, the constructors of races, they built that to basically destroy a planet. And they just sprinkle them all like salt and pepper and kill everything. It is the scary. If I was to be put in any movie, that would probably be the last one. Any horror movie, that's the last one. Like the little puppets and Chucky. Dude,
you can kick that little fucker.
I'm not going in your fucking drain, dude. I see.
It's funny though. That's how bitch it's funny.
Yeah, it's great. But if you're telling me who I'm gonna fight, I don't want to fight the alien. I think I would rather fight the predator. Only because he's more of a human style, so it doesn't freak my brain out as much. But when you see the alien, you're like, oh shit, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. It's indestructible nearly.
But what if when you fight the predator, you have to speak in an Austrian accent?
Oh.
Get out!
Yeah.
Get to the chopper!
I got that covered.
You know, can
I
you
got
do
that
all
covered.
that?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. But
Okay.
yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I came out on top, and I'm a huge Sarah Connor fan because the Terminator movies are some of my favorite.
So
movies.
the actress for Ripley.
Sigourney Weaver,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah.
So was that before? Was Aliens before or after Ghostbusters?
I believe Aliens was. Ooh, yeah, that's tough. Ooh, I'm not gonna Google it just because I think we're not gonna start doing that shit now. We don't have a young Jamie yet. I want to say it was.
Hey, young Otis.
I want to say it was before because I think I saw something where they were like, "Oh, she's gonna come in and do this now." The block or Ghostbusters. I think I saw something. We were watching a thing on Ghostbusters, and they were like, "Oh, is the Aliens chick's gonna come in and do this role?" Because she just came from like a serious movie. So I want to say Aliens was before.
But it's right around the same time.
So
yeah.
if y'all know, comment below.
It's right around the same time.
Who would you rather have? That's what I want to see. When Dave Howell watches this, Noah watches this, I want to know who they would rather have on their team. Because I think I came out on top. But I could see where one would pick Sarah Connor because she's all around badass.
You don't know. If you
She
don't
could
know.
do strict pull-ups in a goddamn jail cell.
Yeah.
Ripley probably ain't
Not
doing
only that, in a sale asylum jail
Yeah.
cell.
Ripley
Off
ain't
of a bed that she took the mattress off of, flipped over, and yeah. Okay. Now we can get into a little bit more different things here. So, you ever feel like not working out?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to get past that feeling, if anything? I'll leave it open in the sense that I don't want to lead you, but you just got off work. It was a rough day, tired day. You've been dedicated 5 days, 6 days a week, however much you're working out. It's pretty dedicated, prepping the food, all the, everything that comes along with being healthy and fit. What do you do when you're just like, man, today's not the day, or how do you stay on that horse?
Go to the fucking gym.
Okay. So for an extended period of time, say like it's a week of just like, man, like, or you're not lifting a lot that week, or the lifts don't feel right, borderline injury, what do you just go to the gym?
Go to the fucking gym.
Yeah. Jocko has something where he said that it was like, don't take the day off. When you're let me take the day off. He said, look, don't take the day off. Go to the gym, just go through the motions. If after that day you feel like you need a break, because sometimes the humans, you get a little sick, you get a little beat down, whatever it is, you may need to take a day off. It does happen. He was like, take it after that day that you said you were going to take it, go work out, go through the motions, at least sweat, get moving.
You think about maybe tomorrow to take it off.
Well, sometimes I've gotten to the gym and I was like, I followed what he said. I was like, fuck, man, I may need to take a break. I'm getting pretty worn down, pretty beat up. Some of these workouts I'm doing are, kind of kicking my ass mentally and physically. Works a lot, just the pile up of everyday life. And he said, just show up. So one day I was like, all right, I'm gonna show up on one of these days. I'm not gonna take off. I'm gonna show up, go through the motions. It turned into one of my best lifting days I ever had. Just got there and it was the mind. Basically saying it's probably your mind. It's just being weak.
Yeah.
And just show up, go through the motions, and then if you're really there and you're feeling beat up and tired, then the next day then take that day off. But don't take the same day off because you don't want the mind to win out.
Yeah, because there's a huge difference between being sick and feeling like shit and unable to do something versus I'm bitching out because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm bitching out because my boss got on my ass, so I feel bad for myself.
Yeah. What do you?
So much of life brings stress upon yourself. One of the biggest things for stress relieving is exercise.
Correct.
So if you're feeling like shit when you get to the gym, if you have a good training session, if you do a good workout, those endorphins are gonna be released. You're gonna feel so much better when you leave that place.
Correct.
So that bullshit about being run down, there's very few motherfuckers in this world that train hard enough that they get this rhabdo bullshit. Not that's a medical term, but very few people that you and I know
Yeah.
or ever come
They
across
overtrain.
can never overtrain.
Yeah.
There's a difference between overtraining and undernutrition and underfeeding.
Yeah.
So that bullshit about I feel bad, so I'm not going to the gym, that's the worst fucking thing because
Once you open that door, it's hard to.
once it's here,
Yeah.
that's what they always say when you're running, when you're training for, say, a marathon. When you decide, I'm going to run to this spot, then I'm going to stop and walk. Once you got in your head that I'm going to stop,
Yeah.
it makes it that much easier every day.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, it's hard, so I'm going to stop and just walk.
Mhm.
Whenever that starts happening, you might as well fucking quit.
Yeah, I totally agree. What do you do on days? So you don't really max out anymore. But have you ever in your working out life been a man that was like, I want to hit this number and I want to hit this number by this year's end? All that. Have you ever been that guy?
I've never particularly chased numbers or wanted, you know. Usually the stuff that I've either lifted was just me working out and I was feeling good that day. I'm like, fuck, let's try
add
a little bit.
more.
But as far as following a program like
Yeah.
you doing to try to meet a goal,
Yeah.
I've never.
Yeah, so right now, I guess since you haven't and I do, I'll go over some of the things I'm kind of learning this year and with last year with being tired and just showing up, because showing up adds up. When you keep showing up,
Consistency.
whether it's you're putting on one rock on top of a mountain or you're adding boulders and stuff, it's still growing, it's still getting better. That consistency's getting better. Me, what I've learned and sometimes in just being tired and everything is there will be times where it's 3 to 4 weeks where the lifts just don't feel good. I'm just doing them. I don't like it. First off, I don't like working out all that much. I do it for the the mental health and the endorphins and everything. But man, for instance, today I hit a 10 on the squats on my last set that was bigger than anything I've done 10s prior. And that's after probably 4 weeks of just getting wrecked on squats, like not hitting where I wanted, not seeing that result I wanted. But I showed up and I did my sets of 10, and today was a huge win, and that was from the showing up. Getting past all that just sludge, showing up, knowing that I got to put the work in, and then today I got to reap the benefit of it. And with that being said, what do you do before you go to the gym? Do you do anything that gets you mentally right, or you just kind of go into autopilot once you get off the gym? Like, for instance, today was Saturday. Obviously, you and I are kind of early risers, but you probably didn't have to set an alarm. You just kind of woke up. What do you do in the morning when you know you're going to go in? Like today you did legs, which is one of your hard days. What do you go in mentally thinking when you wake up? Do you watch a certain show? Do you listen to certain music? Drink a little pre-workout? Do anything that kind of just gets you grooving, mentally thinking through your lifts? And are you just a stone cold killer? Because I think you and I differ in this one on how we approach the gym. And I'm trying to dig into what that difference is.
My routine never changes. So I woke up this morning like I do every other morning, have my breakfast, drink my coffee, let my wife's dog out, maybe play with her a little bit. She's a little needy bitch. So, and my training really doesn't change throughout the year, so I knew what I had to do. I just drove to the gym and just there's no, for me, there's no.
Do you ever get to a point though where you feel like you need a little bit of gasoline on the fire, where it's like, man, I know I got this shit coming up. I know these sets of 15, 20 on these squats are gonna be nasty. You don't ever put yourself in a like me against the world type mentality against something like you got the fucking sword in your hand and there's a dragon right there and you gotta bring that bitch down. Do you ever put yourself mentally in those things?
I'm gonna say not really, but it's kind of hard because I'm not saying it because like that shit never happens to
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
that I don't fucking feel nothing and all this other
Yeah.
shit. But on the same
Well, I think people's approach to working out can
Right.
be different, and there's
And
nothing wrong with that.
the same page is that if I need to, if I personally need to watch a video to hype me up to do something,
Hmm.
maybe I don't enjoy, or maybe I'm not passionate enough to be doing that
Yeah.
without fucking watching something to hype me up.
Which is me.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I really enjoy going to the gym and working out.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I've been fucking 13 years old.
Yeah.
If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it and putting myself through all this pain and misery that
Yeah.
you do on fucking leg day, that you do on back day, all this other shit where you want to throw up.
Yeah.
You don't know if you got to throw up or shit yourself.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a desire to do this or the passion to want to do it, watching a video might fire you up for 5-10 minutes, but when you get to the gym, you don't
Yeah.
have that video to fire you up and keep you going.
See, so here's where I use the video. I don't like going to the gym. I kind of do. It's an interesting thing. I mainly do it for health reasons, but since I'm there and I want to get good at it, I'm the type that if I'm gonna do it, I want to be the best video gamer. I want to be, if I watch a movie, I want to be able to quote lines to somebody and talk about the inner depths of whatever show we're watching. Like, hey, did you catch this? Or whatever. The best drummer I can be, or whatever it is. So for me, I've gotten to where, like, I've got to find things that get me in the mindset of doing great things when I show up to the gym. For me. And it is that slaying dragon mentality. I've got these things in my head that I'm like, okay, kind of like they said Jordan would just make shit up to, like, get fired up about a game. Now that dude didn't shake my hand, or that dude, he didn't. He said good game afterwards, and that pissed me off. So he came back, scored 50, 60 points against that guy. I'm kind of that person. I will almost make up situations in my head where I show up looking for blood at the gym. Like, I'm showing up and that weight owes me rent money. Like, you owe me something.
Right.
Which it doesn't. But, I'm that type of person that has to do that. So I listen to metal music, or I'll put on some rap music that isn't that mumble stuff where I can hear the words and you're like, the dude's literally like, these motherfuckers are going to pay, or, whatever it is. Some days I listen to a podcast and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of days like squat day. Like this morning, yeah, you get up, you shit, pre-workout, all that. But I put on that Jordan doc where it's just like him and going against it, and I just visualize myself hitting a lift. When I PR'd, like at the beginning of this year, my back squat, lifetime PR, I never thought it would happen. This will be funny. I put on Lord of the Rings, the third one. I put on the part on YouTube. I Googled it. The part where the horse group, the Rohan guys, Rohirrim, I think they call them, where he leads his men into battle. And he's talking to them and getting them completely fired up. Like, fucker, today's the day, we're going to go down there, we're probably going to die. They're looking at death. And he's still deciding he's going to lead this army straight down into this pit and, blood spitting ass everywhere.
Boom.
Yeah. And I put that on, and that shit just got me fired up. And I went in there and got it done. I've learned to ride waves. I can show up on the days where I don't feel like it. Like this morning, I didn't really feel like going. Yesterday, I didn't feel like doing shoulders at all. Like, I didn't want to do it at all. And you just show up. But if you're telling me I can add a little nitrous to that shit, and I can get a little like, and I get pumped up, and I can play a song that gets me up, I'm going to take that advantage. I'm going to take it every time. And that's, and I'm not, people that do or don't, I think we're all, evolving in our world. We're all a little different. And so we find things that kind of keep us moving.
Yeah, no doubt.
The important thing is to not fully rely on, which, like I said, I can still go and work out even on the days where I'm just like, I don't want to be here. But you better be damned well sure that I'm coming there listening to some song or some shit that's getting me mentally at least moving. And that's how I do it.
I mean, to make it easy for people, there's 52 weeks in a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you going for a lifetime PR squat,
Mm-hmm.
by the end of the year, you got 52 weeks in this year to make it happen. Guess what? If you miss this week, you only gave yourself 51 weeks instead of 52.
Yeah.
You got to fucking show up. You have consistency.
Showing up adds
You
up.
got to.
I love that.
52 weeks in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 52 on days.
Yeah, I feel bad when I miss a day, kind of. I'm like, because now that I'm seeing and I have these goals that I want to hit, I know I'm never going to get that day back.
Right.
And I know that I'm not going to do legs or whatever goal that is to hit. I'm not going to do that the next day because I got another day where I got to do back or chest, and I got goals for that day.
Right.
So, you know, I put pressure on myself.
If you decide you wake up on one, I really don't feel like going today.
Yeah.
That you wasted a week.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well,
in my opinion.
it's also important to have a rest day as well.
Oh yeah,
I think you've
yeah.
got one and
Everybody should have a rest day built
Yeah.
into their training program for.
or one or two. Figure out how to do a push pull in a day to where you can do basically 2 muscle groups in one day and give yourself a break on a day. Yeah. I've got one day a week that I take off,
Yeah.
and then I've got a day where all I do is deadlift. So it's a lot of taxing, but I'm not pressing.
Right.
I'm not push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get a little break on some stuff. Plus I like it. And then I've learned where after my deadlift, I take the next day off completely. That way it's like I got a fun day because I love deadlifting, and then I got an off day, and so that just and those are in the middle of the week. The weekends is the cheat code. You go in there and get work done on the weekends because those are easy days. You get to sleep in, or you don't, you know what I mean? You can just mosey in and work out.
Right.
You don't have to be there after work with your ass kicked already.
And having, since you said the cheat day rest day and all that, maybe next week we'll talk about nutrition and how if you change anything throughout the week to mimic your training days and rest day and everything else.
Yeah, write that down.